Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in this AFK journey video, we're going to run through Primal Lord Crystal Beast once again. But this time around, I'm going to use my free-to-play global account to showcase. So this is Zeebo's back again. And it took me quite a while to actually clear through the whole of Eroded Enclave because I was actually at Ashen Waste, as you guys can see, cleared out most of the contents, and then I just ran through the whole of Eroded Enclave all the way up. If you guys are a completionist, pardon me on that, I'll probably clear up another day. So just ran through everything and then ran to Crimson Highland today just to cover Primal Lord. So you know, you guys know that I have you guys in mind. So in this video, right, I'm going to answer the few questions which I'm foreseeing, as well as a few questions which people will ask, like, oh, if I have one copy of Resto, can I actually use him for the boss? If I do have Resto, who do I replace with? What are the substitutes I can replace my team with? If I don't have this unit, I don't have that unit. So I'll use my free-to-play account to gauge and talk about the different things that you guys might want to consider in terms of bossing as a free-to-play player. Okay, so in terms of a free-to-play player's perspective, I think your damage will definitely not be as high, but you can optimize your damage so that you can get a better ranking, and then from there get better daily rewards from the boss itself. So looking at the skill of the boss once again, we have figured out from my previous video, which is the first strongest team, right? I'll link up in the card above. That team, we use Corin as a main carry because that guy is the highest damage dealer. But for this account, I don't have Corin developed. So if I don't have Corin, who can I use? Right, so the carry of choice for me will be OD because my OD is the highest in terms of tier level. You can also use Merrily for sure, depending on who is your strongest carry. The strongest carry will be the unit you want to use. Okay, so now let's go into battle and then we talk about the other stuff to take note of. Apparently, I have some issues surviving at a very low level. So if that's the case, my focus will be surviving for as long as possible, because just now I tried it with the Fresto. My Fresto just got melted immediately, and then I lost my front line, and then my whole team just crumbled from there. So instead of focusing damage for myself, I'll be focusing more on the damage the survival compartment. So I think number one, you need to make sure you're able to survive. So fielding your strongest unit will obviously be the way to go as usual. So I will be using Smokey, and then I'll be putting OD here and then Coco here, and then I'll say to finish up this cycle, right, for me I'll be using my Hewin, because for me just now I did the very first run. So if I go into my very first run result, right, it's a very low damage, and this damage doesn't even grant me any boxes, unfortunately. So my goal, right, as a free-to-play player is to secure as much damage as possible, as well as get as much chests as possible, so I can use it to power up my account. And where I am right now, level 250, unfortunately I think I'm a little bit too low to be focused on damage, so I will stick with a more defensive setup. Okay, so we go with our dear Torrent, we go with Smokey, we go with Coco. So these are my best units. I think in my day one strongest team for my main account, Coco as well as Torrent, they are, I'll say, must-have units, because Coco shielding is very important for the shielding skill, right, the third skill over here. So this one, if you are shielded and you're not taking damage directly, you won't be disabled, so you got more time to output more damage. And then for Smokey's case, I'll say that Smokey for any boss right now is always going to be good because of his heals, sustain, because of the buff that he can provide for the team. And if you have his EX weapon up, you got a damage dealer as well. So Smokey, I'll say, is pretty irreplaceable if you are using him, right, if you have him main up. Then for my case, because I did a run with Fresto, my Fresto just melted immediately. I'll say if a unit is at a really low tier, don't bother using, because I don't think they're gonna survive very well. But this will be the core of my team, and if I have my Lucius built up, I'll definitely use Lucius to be like a tank and a shielder as well, because the shield that Lucius can provide will keep my team healthy while preventing the third skill. And I will also consider Hewin. So for me, after the first round of being obliterated, I figure I need to focus on survival. So I'm gonna take out our Crescent spell, and then I'm gonna use Light Heal spell to protect my whole team. Okay, so this is my team setup as a free-to-play player. Hewin's really good as well in terms of this team, because I am trying to protect my whole team while being able to buff up OD with her seasonal skill. So she's my Hewin's at I think it's Supreme Plus, right? EX Weapon 5. So she does have her damage reduction. So if she gets it off, basically my team is not dying, at least during the period of her ultimate. And then we have Coco with the shield, we have Smokey with the heal, and then OD for the damage, as well as Torrent for the damage and debuff. So without further ado, let's start this battle and see my damage output. Okay. So Torrent will be the frontliner tank to stand on the front line. So as you guys can see, the boss is hitting really hard. It's like 3-shotting my Torrent, even though he's at Supreme Plus. So just now I actually did a run. I'll go at one time so I can talk while talking about the thing. So just now I did a run with Resto because I wanted to test whether or not one copy of Resto will work. I think if you have the levels to make up for the stats differential, you can definitely run him, because Resto is very good in terms of bridging the factional bonus. But for me, because my level is really low, as I showcased to you guys, I just briefly pushed through all the contents. I wasn't really focused on this account, so I rather focus on Survivor. So as you guys can see over here, I'm just keeping my whole team alive, and then Udi's just behind the spot, focusing and then jamming damage in. So whenever Hewin's ultimate is active, my team is not dying. So my primary goal right now is to survive that remaining 40 seconds, and then hopefully from there I can generate more chests. So that's for my account. For your account, if you have a Supreme Plus Torrent, if you have a Supreme Plus Resto, you can definitely use him. If you have Lucius, even if Lucius is not at Supreme Plus, I think it's still usable. Although I think Lucius with the EX weapon would be quite helpful in reducing the damage of the boss. So as you guys can see, I'm surviving, although one chest, but I'll say it's good enough compared to my really first run. As you guys can see just now, it was like what, 200 million, really pathetic, because everybody just melted really quickly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the boss to hit this account so hard, but unfortunately it is, at least based on my levels as well as my equipments, which is level 25 something. So if you are slightly under level compared to me, then you will have a even harder time to survive. But if you, I'll say, like, have better levels, right, have better equipments, have better unit stats, you'll probably do better than me. Okay, so this is my best team. Unfortunately, the spike is affecting my Smokey's smoke efficiency. I'll probably want to reposition Smokey to another place and maybe spread out the unit so the spike doesn't hit as many to disable them. Okay, so as you guys can see, survive the full duration, but the damage is really pathetic. Pretty unfortunate. But as you guys can see, right, our dear Torrent did a lot of damage. In fact, if I take a look at Smokey's damage, right, feels like Smokey's not doing much damage to this boss. I don't know whether or not it's really like this 4th skill being reworded. It could just be reduced magic damage. That's why OD does so little. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm gonna switch out OD, and then I'm gonna put in another carry or another debuffer. So my highest damage is right here, right over here. Right, I would say it's pretty pathetic, but good enough for my account. So I'm gonna level up the unit first before I come back. So let's level up to 210. Okay, and then I'm gonna level up Torrent. So pretty fortunate that I have a Torrent developed, so that this unit is so flexible and helps me get even like more free resources. So we go into the second run. After running through the first run damage testing, I'll say OD might not be the best choice, right, in terms of damage. So I'm going to switch out OD and I'm going to put in Merrily to give more damage. But here I'll be losing a little bit of factional bonus, unfortunately. So what I want to do right now is I am going to wait, hold on, let's see the aggro portion. Okay, so I kind of need Torrent to be in front, so I'm gonna speed up my units. I think Hewin will be quite essential though to keep the team alive, unfortunately, even though I do have a Reina, but his tier is not very high. So yeah, I think I should be able to heal our dear Merrily over here, right, while bridging my factional bonus. So my artifact of choice will still be Light Heal spell. So we will give this one a test to see whether or not this is the better setup. And then I'm gonna put Rainer here, so that if the boss decides to attack Rainer, then my Smokey is protected. If he goes for Smokey, then my Rainer is protected. Okay, so this is the third run or the second run for this video and the last run. We'll see the results. Okay. Okay, so you guys saw there, right? Like Merrily just melted instantaneously, unfortunately. Because like I think this boss hits really hard at whatever level I'm at right now. So sending Merrily in was a bad choice. But I think it's fine because I will still be able to see the damage output of the team, because my Torrent is still probably the main damage dealer from all the counter attack as well as all the normal attacks from him. So it's fine, I'll still be able to get one box. So I don't think sending a unit in is a good idea, because that unit, that support unit or that carry unit that you send in might be just obliterated instantaneously. So you guys saw it just now. And I think Rainer probably ain't a good choice. Yeah, so I could probably experiment with Merrily with Lucius another round. So this is just like a day one testing for the free-to-play account. I'll be working on Zeeebo's guide for Primal lot very soon, after a few days of testing, after a few days of trying different things out. So for those of you guys who are free to play and you guys want to see like what you guys can do if you're within the same range as me, do stay tuned for that video. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. Yep, this is the damage ranking. So my carry died super duper early, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to do more damage than what I did previously. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again in another video. Bye guys.